Arise, minions, and welcome to unMadeGaming. And you can't see my screen for some reason, so that's cool. That's a cool, fun new trick. You just get to hear my voice.
Ooh.
I literally just said my buttons are working, and now my buttons decided to stop working. I tested them all. The cameras are fine. God damn it. Arise,
There we
minions,
are.
and welcome to unMadeGaming. We are here for another episode of our Patreon one-shots. We are back in Glenbrook, but as you can see, I'm not in the GM seat. Interesting. So Iquin is here to run us through his own version of Glenbrook. So yeah, that's it. Without further ado, if you guys like what we do here, you want to support the channel, the best way to do that is on Patreon, like these fine folks here. Link for that down below. While you're down there, click on that Discord link. Join us in the Discord. Be a part of the community. Be a part of the conversation. And as always, in the bottom right-hand corner, you will see the corruption bar. That bar serves two purposes. One is when that bar fills, Iquin gets to destroy Glenbrook. And two, every single dollar that goes into that goes back to this channel to eventually hire me out of my job. That's all I got. Iquin, take us away to your version of Rhode Island.
Whoa! Well, I am the pro GM, so I have surpassed Mike already by being on time and actually having my notes in order.
Wow, you're just calling me out like that. Okay.
I know. Okay, let me try this. Rhode Island, the smallest state, the ocean state, the home of Mercy Brown, America's first vampire, the site of many dark and lurid tales from mind of HP Lovecraft, the home of the infamous haunted Perron family, and now the site of one of the largest government research facility in the world, the Loop. How do you like them apples?
Well done. Well done.
Thank you. Yes, we are back in Glenbrook, but this is not the Glenbrook, or maybe it is, who knows, but we are going to follow new kids on their new fun adventures. We join into the small little town of Glenbrook. It is the second to last weekend of the summer, or the summer holidays rather, of 1985. Start of the new school year is looming ever closer, but this Saturday, August 24th, looks to be a good, warm, and clear day without clouds in the sky. No real plans have yet manifested, but that can't be too hard to change now, can it? So we will start off by having the camera move into and see somewhat of a scrapyard looking part in the edge of town where we find the remains of a B-52 bomber plane, just small remains since it's a huge aircraft. But somebody has taken parts of it, the cockpit and some of the body, and put it kind of in like their backyard. And inside, we will start off with Rusty. Introduce yourself, Rusty.
Rusty is a 30-year-old kid. He's kind of heavy set and muscular from doing a bunch of work. Less on the farm, more on planes. His grandparents, Di and Hank, own a farm. It's a little bit further out of town. This may be on the very edge of their property, and they are really into planes. They've sort of never been able to leave the Air Force behind them. So they run a small World War II focused museum and run the local airstrip, but mostly it's just used for crop dusting.
Very fine indeed.
I thought you said his grandparents die, as in like they die and not like the name like Diane or...
Yeah, that is the joke.
The zombie grandparents will come in later.
Yeah. We're just setting up that adventure here.
Yes. So as we can see, this B-52 bomber has now been serving more as a treehouse-esque kind of gathering point for these children. And let me go to, in the way Mike arranged the cameras for me, to my left, which is Nora. You can either be in place or now entering into your B-52 treehouse place and introduce yourself.
Yeah, Nora, she is a 12-year-old girl. She has a mop of unruly red curly hair, green eyes, and freckles. She wears denim overalls, like the short variety, like their shorts, and she's got a green plaid work shirt underneath. And she's already at the hideout inside the plane, and she's sitting up near the cockpit in one of the in like the old pilot seat, and she's like sitting cross-legged, and she's kind of got a screwdriver out, and she's got a little a gadget, like a thing in her hand, and she's working on it. And that's Nora.
Very fine. A good tinkerer and a person who will probably end up creating Google in the future.
Yes.
We'll move on and we can see that Jacob, you can come and be next. And for same thing for you, either you are currently arriving to this hideout base of the B-52, or you're already inside and you can go ahead and introduce your character.
Jacob's coming in, practicing some drills with a street, the rubber balls they use for street hockey, because he's always hockey first, nothing else. And as he's coming up to the B-52, just before going into the entrance, he quickly spikes the ball into the hideout to signal he's here.
Hey, watch it.
Gotta be always on your toes.
I'm working.
And
on it.
he like takes pride as he's like keeps flashing the signature that's on the hockey stick of Wayne Gretzky that he has clear coated so it doesn't come off.
Cool. And we'll move on to last and not least, our pro streamer himself. Corey, do you want to be in the hideout of the B-52 or just arriving?
Corey actually invented streaming tabletop games. He is in like the back half of this section of the plane. And you can see like as the camera kind of follows Jacob, it moves down like almost Jurassic Park style through the like the tube of the plane, where you can see like the bead curtains, except it's not beads, it's like vines and leaves that he has fashioned from around the place to give an ambiance of like ruins, like this is some post-apocalyptic plane that we're living in, surviving Mad Max style. And he is inside the back half of this plane, where like through this like drape of leaves and vines, where he has basically assembled a living room out of like trash day stuff, like a table with 3 out of 4 legs, a section of a sofa that has like chewed through by a dog. It's all things that like people put out for heavy trash day, and he has dragged through streets and fields to get here, covered in grass, dirt, waterlogged, etc. And he's sort of setting up in there.
Sounds nice. Like I said in the introduction, you have all gathered as you usually do in your little hideout. A lot of kids are doing a lot of different stuff, but the 4 of you have had no real plans as of yet onto what to do today. And as is natural, you all sort of just showed up without even having to communicate with each other into this nice little hideout space. If anyone wants to add to their part of the plane, please do so now. Any volunteers? No?
Of course, there's a sports poster out there of the Detroit Red Wings.
Sorry, can you
from my
repeat
home
the
state.
question?
The question is the Einstein relativity theory. Could you please explain it? Just, quickly.
E equals MC squared?
I think you'll find that time passes at a slower pace when you're with your relatives.
That must be it. No, G, the question was if you wanted to add something to your part of the hideout.
Oh, yeah. Nora has a lot of like weird gadgets like stacked around. She's got like tools, parts, she's got coils of cables and wires, like a wrench, she's got a soldering gun, and she's kind of taken over the whole kind of cockpit area. And she's sitting cross-legged in the pilot seat, and then she's holding this thing in her lap, and she holds it up, and it looks like a like those really bad robots where it's like they walk really stiffly and stuff like that. It looks just like that, but it looks like a dragon. And she's like, aha, it's done, Corey, it's done.
Like the wind-up chickens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's a
Except
dragon.
it's made out of like parts of like metal parts.
Yeah.
So, what's the likelihood of this one causing another hockey puck-sized hole in the fuselage?
0.
Does it
I
breathe
don't-
fire yet? You make it shoot fire?
Come check it out.
All
And
right.
she will get up and she's holding it. It's about like this. It's like the size of like a poodle, toy poodle, not a big poodle.
I was gonna
No,
say
Stan-
poodles. Poodles are
big.
pretty.
Standard poodles are not standard size. They're like
It's the
extra
size of a
large.
poodle. That's a
Poodle.
toddler. That's a 5-year-old child.
You know what I mean.
That's a fire hazard just waiting to happen.
We're not lighting it on fire.
It's like one of the raptors from Forbidden Lands.
Gee, as you volunteered, please be the first roll of tonight with a tinker roll to see if your dragon actually works.
Oh no.
Oh yes.
Okay. Okay.
I hope it explodes.
I hope it doesn't explode. 1 success.
The dragon works as you intended it to.
Sweet. So she hands it off to Corey. And
Does it breathe fire?
there is like a red button like underneath like where the butt is. The butthole is a red button.
I press that butthole.
And yeah, and then the mouth opens up and then it's like a little flame like
It's like a grill lighter.
Yeah, it's like a lighter, like an actual, it's like an inch long. It's like
Love it.
out of the mouth.
That's so cool.
Look at that!
Oh my god, I can't wait to make you guys fight this thing. This is gonna be so awesome. This is gonna be so. And I'm gonna
What?
put it right.
No!
What? Yeah, no, you guys
Oh,
fight it.
that's cliche. Actual
Fight it.
dragons in a game named Dungeons. and
I'm
Dragons.
in the
I'm
name.
gonna make it my friend.
It's in the name. You can't make a dragon your friend. They're
Yeah.
My barbarian's taking the head as a trophy. I don't know.
they're
what you guys
chaotic
are
evil.
talking about.
You can't befriend a dragon.
I want to be friends with a dragon.
You can't be friends with a dragon. It's not in the rules.
One day it will be. One day.
And now we know who wrote 5th edition.
Christ.
I will be friends with a dragon. Just
No,
wait.
never gonna happen. It's gonna eat you.
It's very fun. All of you could roll me. Let's see. I need to get one of the character sheets up so I can remember. Everyone calls their stuff different things all the time. It's the thing I want where you can listen, but it's not called listen here. It's
Investigate.
called investigate. That's the one I'm looking for. Yes, everyone.
One success for Corey.
So we were all rolling. Investigate. I'm paying attention. Nothing for Nora.
Yeah, I got nothing.
Nothing. So only Corey noticed this at first. Corey, you hear footsteps leading, coming closer to the fuselage, and a hum. Somebody is coming up and humming, and you can kind of make out that they're humming a set of numbers. It seems coming closer and closer, and none of you else hear this until all of you hear the knocking on the fuselage, like dong, 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 dong. Outside is, who are you living with, Rusty? Was it your grandparents, or did you actually live with your parents and the grandparents?
No,
just had
his parents' place is on the same property, but it'll be one of his grandparents.
Right, so I would say it's your grandfather then.
Yeah.
Anyone who looks out of the fuselage through a hole or a window or the makeshift door you have, you can see that Rusty's grandfather is standing outside, humming to himself. And now when you're all there, you can all hear the humming, but only Corey noticed it leading up. So, Corey, do you want to do anything before the knocking? You're the only one who have noticed somebody approach. You have about 1 second.
Yeah, he grabs like a shitty blanket and just throws it over the dragon. Because that's, you don't want to lose that. You want to use your dragon pet.
Yep.
It's too important.
It looks like a big lumpy thing under this blanket. It will fool any adult, sure.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah. With these kids, though, that could be anything.
We're just hiding a dog.
So yeah,
Brutal.
the door doesn't open. You just unless you open it, Corey's grandfather will not. He will just call from outside, like he will knock on the fuselage, banging on it, and you can hear the voice coming from outside. Hey, kids, aren't you late for the trip? We should get going.
That's a day.
We have a trip? What trip?
What trip?
Did you
You look
forget to
at
tell us about a
Rusty.
trip?
Ah, we sprayed all the fields we failed to sprayed all the fields after harvest.
I don't want to spray fields.
I don't get paid to work on your farm.
117, 77.
Yeah, but you
71.
Hey, Gramps,
Mr. Harris.
where are we? What's the trip?
Oh, you must remember it's the fun trip we're going to take down to the school's for field gymnastics area. You kids have been asking for it for weeks. Don't you remember? None of you have ever asked about this at all.
I don't like sports. They're
I haven't
outside.
heard anything. Coach never said anything you're doing like that.
117,
I don't like. Yeah,
71.
She's gonna
Has he?
go to the door and like pull open the.
What?
No, she wouldn't. It'd be a hatch. It'd be like a door.
yeah.
She's
So
gonna
pop down.
Would
open it
would
up.
Jacob know if Rusty's grandfather usually hums numbers?
Good question. Do you hang out a lot with the grandparents, or are you mostly just coming into the fuselage? I mean, some kids
I
are
mean-
like grandpops are adorable and I want to hang out with them. Some kids are not.
Some kids are engaged in elderly abuse. You know.
I mean, it's a good question if Rusty's grandparents would come to the hideout that often, but
It's pretty much on their property. So
Yeah, so
we'd
so
have
you're-
to like interact.
They come
I
with, like,
imagine this
lemonade
as
and
like
sandwiches.
you are in their kind of backyard, but their backyard is like huge, but it's still like on their personal property. And you know what? Let's let the dice decide. Roll a comprehend to see if you can know if they usually hum numbers or not.
2 successes.
I'm not even touching this. You're mad.
You, with 2 successes, you have a very clear memory of all the interactions you've ever had with his grandparents, and so far you cannot remember a single time that he's been humming numbers.
Like, huh?
Yeah. Usually he sings
There's some-
through World War II songs.
Is there something new? Is there a new trend where old people start humming numbers or something, Rusty?
Yeah, usually he just sings rude World War II songs and they get ruder as he gets drunker.
Can I? I rolled. Actually, no, I rolled nothing. Never mind. So I didn't. I'm assuming I didn't hear him sing those numbers.
And then you do not want him get him into Grandma Dies Sherry.
You do hear him mumbling, like he's humming the numbers. He's standing like right outside the fuselage. It was the like sneaking up that you didn't hear. That was only Corey who noticed like somebody approaching. Then when he made himself known by knocking on the airplane, you could all hear like he's humming outside. And it's like 117, 77, 71. And he's just like doing it on a loop while he's waiting for you to get out of the plane.
Can I listen and roll a calculate to see if those numbers make sense to me?
Sure can.
Oh, nope. Damn.
It's numbers. I mean, there's a lot of numbers.
That there is.
Some would say there are
Honestly,
infinite numbers
there
of
is.
numbers.
Yes.
Would it be
Suspicious.
calculate?
Hmm?
Would it be a calculate?
To recognize the numbers, yes, you can.
Yeah.
If they have any significance.
I'm gonna suck, but let's give it a go. Yeah.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of numbers out there, man.
Rusty's like latitude, longitude, and he goes and grabs from the chart table that's just by the cockpit. He goes and grabs compass and chart from there.
You guys are so weird. What players?
Yeah.
Hey,
he
Gramps,
speaks
what are you?
more.
What are you humming? Why are you humming numbers?
Humming numbers? I don't know what you're talking about, Sonny. But could you please hurry up? We need to get going. We're late already.
okay. She's gonna go and grab her backpack, and like if she picks it up, it's like it's got some weight to it, and she puts it on her back.
I'm sorry, no one is going to be concerned that he didn't know he was humming numbers? Is he senile?
That's a girl.
I'm
Come on,
still
our kids.
concerned.
And it sort of tries to wave you out.
He's barely 65.
I don't
Yeah,
want to
he's
go to a
cool.
sports thing.
Oh,
What
come
kind of
on.
thing
You
is
need to go
this?
to one.
We'll just go
It's-
to the we'll just dump them and go to the arcade. It'll be fine.
It's sunny and hot out there,
It's like we're going on an adventure.
Didn't
but
they
it's a
get new AC
sucky
down at
adventure
the
to
arcade?
play sports.
Hey,
We don't have
no,
to
it's
play.
not.
No offense, but
Yeah, that's your thing.
It's
You
way
know,
cooler over
his
here.
thing is the nerd game. Mine is, the video games. 1942, great game.
Sometimes we have to do other things. We can't always play your game.
yes, we can. You can play it nonstop.
Mhm.
It's a world of infinity and imagination. You can do whatever we want,
I'm pretty
Except
sure
for
that
make friends
being
with
an
dragons.
adult.
except for make
Uh,
friends with dragons. Correct.
I'm pretty sure that being an adult is we'd be able to play games all of the time without parents and grandparents telling us what to do. I'm looking forward to it.
Doesn't help us
That'd be
now.
cool.
Now we have to go to a sports thing. And he like grabs his backpack and throws it over his shoulder.
He just grabbed, Jacob grabs his gym bag that has only a water bottle and his hockey stick in it
Yeah.
and a
Yep.
puck.
Rusty, you want anything?
Yeah, he'll just grab his sort of paratrooper style webbing that's hanging up.
Sure.
Never leave home without it.
All of you grab your
Mhm.
weird shit things.
We're all secretly weirdos.
Yeah.
Oh, we're all weirdos here.
Oh, yeah. I also imagine that being farmers, they have like a Ford F50, F150 pickup truck that is like rusty and used, and like it has looked the last 10 years like it's the last year, but it just keeps on running.
They're sort of esoteric. It's actually an international harvester.
Well, I imagine this was because I wanted all the kids to ride in the back, because this is
Oh,
the
yeah.
80s and you can still do that.
You
So
can still do that. It's like two of you are sitting on the toolbox in the back, holding
Yeah,
on for
so-
dear life.
no, like all of you will be there. The grandfather just opens the back, and all of you kids, you're in the 80s, that's the like international sign for get in the back so we can get rolling, and he
Mhm.
will be the one driving and be inside.
That was the best time, riding in the back of the pickup
Yep.
truck.
I've done that once when I was in Texas, actually. That was fun.
I'm getting in the cab, and can I roll for investigate to see if there's sort of like any flyers sitting on that? I mean, there's no real glove box in these old trucks. It'll just be something in the level of junk and receipts from the agricultural supply in the front.
So exactly what did you want to investigate for?
See if
Flyers?
there was any flyer about this event stuck on the dashboard,
right.
because
Sure.
that's how Grandpa remembers stuff.
Roll me investigate. You look through your grandfather's handwritten notes about stuff, mainly like need to fix this and a long list of chores. And then there are some receipts that he's collecting, mostly like fuel expenses and such, repairs. And there seems to be absolutely no flyer, note, or any other indication of anything happening in the outdoor gymnastics area, sports hall-y thing, whatever it's called. I want like what do you call them? Like stadiums, but for schools, they're smaller. Or
Stadium.
Stadium.
They're still stadium if they're small. Okay, fine. The outdoor stadium that the school has.
And Rusty's like, ooh, new prop for the Mustang. That's coming in. Nice.
Yeah, but yes, all of that can be found in the disoriented or disorganized pile of paperwork that your grandfather keeps in his truck. But there's no albums. As you have now loaded into the car and he starts it up, you immediately notice that the radio is playing kind of loud because he's an older man, and the sound coming out is
Grandpa just rocks.
something that sounds like a mix between white noise and whale song. But the grandfather is now like tapping the wheel, humming along to whatever melody that he's hearing that you
Oh,
cannot hear.
Grandpa. I know you like Bruce Springsteen, but this is pretty bad.
This song is great. 117, 77, 71. And he just hums along to a completely different melody. The whale song is more like. Yes, you get that for free.
Speak whale.
It's the space dolphins, I tell you.
So it's like this weird harmonic type of thing.
Yeah,
I feel
like-
old now. I understand the hate of new music.
it's to answer G's question. Yes, it's like somebody took white noise and mixed it with whale song. It's not pleasant at all.
Hey, I had one of those cassettes when I was a kid. It was like whale songs put to music. It was the best.
This is not the best.
Okay.
Engine comes to life and he starts to drive.
I'll
Grandpa
throw open the back
Harris.
window.
Grandpa Harris.
Yeah,
Let's
like
skate.
the back, the window into the back is already open. That's how you can hear the radio so clearly. Well, also that he plays it on like volume 25 or something because it's old.
Yeah.
Oh, it's aftermarket, so it can go louder. This one goes up to 11.
Mhm. Is his tapping on the steering wheel? Is it in beat with what we're hearing, or is it
Nope.
something completely different?
Completely different. He hears some completely different melody, and his tapping is to a beat that doesn't match the whale songy stuff at all.
Okay.
Well, I never thought he'd find something he likes more than Bruce Springsteen. It's new information.
Can I roll? Can I try rolling? Let's see. What can I roll to see if I can figure something out here?
You want to roll to figure something out? Could you maybe be a bit more vague, please?
What can I roll for you to tell me a secret?
Just her,
Roll-
a secret of your choice, not applicable to the
it's-
game.
yeah,
Just a secret.
Roll, buy Ike and some drinks. That'll work.
Silent Green is people.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I like chat has the best one. Roll for bullshit.
Yeah.
Oh, because
what
that's
this
my rules.
It's
I mean,
kinda
if you want to investigate something, I would say investigate would be the thing to roll. If you want to, do something else, we could talk about it. But from what I'm hearing, I think you mean investigate.
I'm trying to think from like a science point of view. Is this actually whale song, or is it something?
I would take a calculate if you want to try to sort of do the math in your head about what this could be.
Yeah, like I'm not a math person, so I'm trying to literally bullshit my way through this. One success.
So, thinking about it, listening to this, it doesn't sound like the few copies of Whale Song that you might have heard. This doesn't, like from school or wherever, doesn't sound exactly like that. It's something that is wrong with it. There's something you can't put your finger on, but there's like, when you try to remember a word and you have it on the tip of your tongue, but you can't for the life of you get that exact word, is that kind of feeling. There's something wrong in this melody, but you can't put your finger on what exactly it is.
Yeah, okay, so she's like leaning on the window and she's like just listening to it. And it's like, and every time it changes, it's like she's trying to
170,
like say a word. It's
71.
like, this is weird. And
Rusty,
she's back.
Rusty just sort of throws on his Walkman because it's just old people music.
It
It's
sounds
like a-
it's like, do you hear that? Sometimes it sounds like it's trying to say something. Like there's like words. Do you hear it?
I'm
What?
listening to Ryan Adams here.
I can't hear anything in the back of the truck.
Come closer to the window.
He shimmies up there and sticks his head against the sliding window in the back of the truck.
It's
Okay.
super. It's kind of loud, so you can hear it as soon as you move up to where Nora is. You can hear it kind of clearly. It's the same kind of weird whale song meets white noise kind of thing, and it's not even in the slightest the same beat as the grandfather is sitting there tapping on the steering wheel and singing along to.
This is the sound of the Shadow Realm.
It's logical.
Yeah, remember
100%.
that time there was that evil bard guy playing that song, and then we had to like decipher
Yeah,
the notes.
the Bard of
That's-
Hamlin.
Yeah, what if that's the Bard of Hamlin?
And my paladin
have to pay the
smoked
piper.
him.
I made
was pretty
that
good.
up. I made that up. It's not real. The Paladin of Hamlin isn't a real person.
Well,
I made it
no,
up.
but it's like myth, right? Like you come up with these stories, like these stories got to come from somewhere. Like I know it came from your brain, but I'm just thinking, like
Yeah.
in general, like
Yeah.
these stories come from somewhere, you know?
Okay.
It came from the Pied Piper.
Always have to
Yeah.
pay the piper.
Don't ruin it. That's you're not supposed to give it away.
Yeah, what if it's like something?
We
like
knew
that?
all along. We were just humoring you, dude.
Come
love you,
on,
Jack.
man. That's like it's the whole
We-
thing with the giant rats and the thing, and
We
then
thought you were making it obvious.
Yeah.
I wasn't trying to make it obvious. Okay, okay. So if this is the Bard of Hamlin, is what do you think it is?
I don't know.
Well-
And she taps her pocket. I don't have my dice with me. How am I supposed to roll to figure it out?
He reaches into his backpack and pulls out a handful of dice. Oh, just multicolored, penciled on dice.
Yeah.
She
And,
takes it.
Excellent. I love it.
And Rusty grabs from his webbing a carefully folded copy of her character sheet. I got your back.
Okay. What do I roll?
Uh,
You all instigated me playing a D&D character, so
we
this is
knew
what
this
you
was gonna
get.
happen.
This is what you get.
And we're
I
all
love
supportive
this.
friends who support everyone's
Yep.
hobbies.
I mean, Roll20 have rolling
Yeah.
simulating things. So I would say just roll and see what you get.
Okay, but I was the rogue. Okay, so I'm sorry. No, I was the artificer or artificer, or however you want to say it. So I'm gonna roll my. What is this? AD&D? What am I rolling here?
I mean, you.
I would say just type into the
You'd
chat
be
and
like
roll a
the
d20.
thief.
19!
Okay. So on a 19, you skulk about the Shadow Realm looking for the Bard of Hamlin. And what you see around a corner is
She
I
pokes
would
her
I
hand
would
in
like
the-
to see if I can roll to understand these sounds and noises. Is there because he's saying
Calculate.
so he's saying numbers and tapping a completely different beat than what's being played on the radio. Can
Yep.
I roll a comprehend to see if I can understand if there's any correlation between these two things?
Oh yeah, sure. You can.
Can our previous investigations give him a bonus? Just because I said it's like words like on the tip of the tongue. It's like
I will allow it because I am very nice.
Okay. So a bonus of plus
because
one.
I am
Full
very
stop.
nice.
Full stop.
The
Yes,
end.
Very nice.
One success.
You're fairly certain after listening to it for a while and listening into both the song and the words and the tapping rhythm, there are very much no correlation between the two other than the music is playing and he seems to be reacting to it. But the reaction is completely not in contact with what is being playing on the radio. So you get like the inverse. You're fairly certain that there is no connection.
Okay. Okay. I think you see around the corner a man who's hypnotized. He's under some sort of trance. Rusty, I think your grandfather's under a trance.
Better than him being crazy.
I mean, I guess. I mean, it could be a curse of madness.
A curse of madness across the radio waves. You're not going to tell me it's the Russians.
No, I was going to tell you it was a wizard, but
Russian wizard.
Rasputin.
the Russians don't have wizards. They're not.
Rasputin.
They did.
Rasputin was a
Rasputin.
Russian wizard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
was.
Technically, he was a Russian priest.
Technically,
Same
my
diff.
ass.
he was a Russian cleric.
Mhm.
No, it's not Rasputin. It's Rasputin.
Yeah.
Rasputin.
P-O-O.
Rah rah Rasputin.
Thanks, Boney M.
Yeah.
Yes, man.
I think he's been mind controlled.
By this.
Rasputin was an ally to Hamlin, remember? And she's gonna whack Jacob on the arm. Remember?
He wrote it.
Yeah. Yeah. Jacob has not been paying attention to this. He's been trying to listen to what the hell is going on the radio. Can I try to do a comprehend to see if I can try to hear the voices that Nora said she was hearing?
Sure thing, you can. Go right ahead. You don't hear any kind of voices. You hear, as everyone else, the weird white noise meets whale song.
Yeah, I'm not hearing those voices.
Yeah,
What
it's
is
like
hearing
it's
wow?
really weird. It's like I can't explain it. It's like someone is trying to say something, but it's like lost. Or like you're only getting like the first like letter of the word. You know?
Oh, maybe we're just not getting a good signal. And I take out my hockey stick and reach it in front to try to move the antenna.
Yeah, these cards have antennas, don't they?
Sure.
They got it.
I would say that's a tinker. I would say to try to move the antenna in a certain way. That's the closest thing I can imagine to just hockey stick the antenna around.
I can help you. I'm really good at tinker.
I will allow you both to roll and take turns to try to hockey stick
Okay.
the antenna.
Oh,
2 successes for tinker.
Yeah.
I like stand up and I'm like reaching and like.
So exactly, what is the goal you're trying to achieve here?
See if we can boost
try to
the
see if we can
signal.
get a better
Boost the
signal to
You
actually
will have a
hear.
better, clear signal. The signal does get a bit better. It's still the 80s, so it's not super fantastic, but it gets a bit clearer. From just having moved the antenna, still listening to it, none of you can hear any voices. It's just white noise and whale song.
Have we been infiltrated by the communists and they've set up a numbers station? It's like on the road to that popular hit film from the other year, Red Dawn. Damn commies.
They're not that stupid to try to take over Rhode Island.
It
not
would be
worth
the
the effort.
easiest state to do. It's the smallest. And it borders a lot of other states.
Star Trek 4 came out in '86. God damn it.
Yeah. I thought we were thinking exactly the same thing. That's why I had to go down the Red Dawn route.
Okay. This is interesting.
So yeah. I will, since you've been tinkering around with the radio and antenna a whole lot, I will give you for free, anyone who was in on messing around with the radio and investigating it, it's set to the current local radio station 93.7, the WGBK, The Glens, with 2 Z's.
Sorry, 93.7 what? Can you repeat that?
WGBK, that's the call sign of the radio station.
Yeah.
And they call themselves The Glens with 2 Z's. To be, hip, modern, tubular for all the kids.
Nice.
But they haven't updated their faders since the late 60s, early 70s.
The best part about this is, like, growing up, we had a radio station. It was 106.3, and it was Kix 106. It was KIXX.
See?
So the
Dynamic.
Glens is right up there.
Knew I would nail it. I just like, what is the most American thing I can think of?
Yeah.
2 Z's.
2 Z's. Hey, ZZ Top.
Zed.
Yep.
2 Z's. I'm sorry. Yes, Profo. Z means Z.
I do own several copies of Eliminator. I do know it's pronounced ZZ Top, not ZZ Top.
Can you imagine?
Dragon Z Ball.
ZZ Top. That's the name of my cover band. I'm just going to grow my beard out.
Good Christ. Okay.
Are we at the school yet?
Do we see anyone else driving to the school as we are?
There you go.
Is anybody actually able to keep up? Grandpa Hank drives fast, even if kids are in the back.
Might not be able to keep up, but yes, I would say that it's not too hard to see that you see more cars with kids in them, mostly being passed by you. There seems to also be heading towards the same direction that you are heading with Gramps. That one is easy one. You don't even have to roll for it. If you want any more details, you have to roll either. I would say would be an investigation to get more details from cars driving by.
Yeah. Can I do an investigation, see if anyone else is doing the weird tapping, or if we can hear any cars go by that are listening to the same whale song?
Roll me investigation, and we'll see. Yes, most definitely. Most cars you pass that has children in them are having. Some of them have their windows rolled down since it's still a warm summer's day, and AC is not really a thing at this point in time. At least not in Sweden. Cars didn't have AC back in that day.
Yeah,
anyhow,
it's been an option for a while in US cars.
Yeah. Anyhow, some of their windows roll down for any number of reasons, and you can hear the same weird whale song white noise combination, and you can see that the parents and drivers are tapping along in a completely different beat, but the same as Gramps is doing. It's kind of hard to hear what they're singing, but you do get some glimpses of it. Sounds like the same 117, 77, 71 number series that Gramps is repeating in the front seat. So all cars that you see with that roll are also heading the same way as you. You have not met a vehicle yet. You've just driven past other vehicles.
Huh. That song is really popular with adults. Are they pranking us or something?
Hey, Nora, you think we could like locate where the signal's coming from? Triangulate. That was in geometry.
Can I just guys, hold on. I have an idea. And he's gonna squeeze through the window. So like his ass is hanging out into the back of the pickup bed. And he's gonna twist the knob. It's fine. It's fine. And he's gonna twist the knob to a different station.
You're showing everybody what my grandmother calls builder's bum.
It's plumber's crack. It's fine.
Ew.
Yeah.
When you say
Close your eyes.
It's fancier. You know what that John kid at school?
Close your eyes. I threw my cape on your dragon. Close your eyes. he twists the knob to a different channel.
Yes, it moves to a different channel, and the same song comes on.
It is a wizard.
Also,
none of the radio stations are taking my request. I want them to play Ghostbusters by Ray Parker Jr.
I wanted to add
Corey, switch it to FM. Switch it to FM. See if it's on there.
It is on FM. I was going to say, as you turn it, you can hear that the signal is it's the same signal, but it's worse on a different station. It's kind of like this station that it was on was the best receiving one, and the other ones are sort of you know when you're like in a border between two radio stations and they sort of bleed over. That's kind of what you get from the other stations. But they are all the same kind of sound, but just worse on the different frequencies. But it's currently set to FM as the radio station 93.7, The Glens, is on an FM band.
He slides back out. Okay, it's definitely a wizard, guys. They're taking control of all the radios.
If we triangulate where the wizard is broadcasting from, we go there, we kick its ass, we have the showdown on the rooftop. Like they did with Gozer.
All we have is the one thing. We need at least one more source to triangulate something.
Also, how are you going to triangulate? You just have with numbers and math, like what?
Radio Shack.
Yeah.
We don't have
go
anything
to
to
Radio Shack.
triangulate with.
It's like
Radio Shack. It'll have what we need.
It will need greater distances than a few cars that we can communicate with each other.
So
Yeah, and if you have like 2 points, the triangle point could be like anywhere. How do you?
Okay, so we need at least 2 more points. Right?
I guess.
Right?
I don't
are
know.
you
I'm
asking for real?
13.
Because
I-
for real, you
I
need
haven't-
3 points to
I
triangulate on
I
TV.
haven't learned telemetry yet.
I have no idea. But Nora, you're the one who's passing math. I can tell you how many bushels you've got.
Yeah. I guess. Nora's much smarter than me.
You have now arrived at the school because Gramps is driving fast, we've established, and you are at the kind of parking lot that is next to the stadium, as it apparently still is called, even when it's small. This is your school. I think you would be middle schoolers, maybe.
Yeah.
US school system is weird. So it's in the middle school kind of area with the, outside training facilities that all schools had that it does a lot of things for sports. You can now see that it does look different. For one, there's way many more people here than usually on a Saturday. Two, they have set up what looks kind of like like several rows of benches and chairs. And there's already a lot of kids here, but no one is doing sports. Everyone seems to be sitting, looking at papers, writing stuff, all of the kids, while all of the grown-ups seems to be walking around, collecting and dispersing new papers. And from, the large speakers that you have on the field, the same kind of noise is played through the...
Oh, no. Am I taking a test on my holiday?
I thought this was
You got
sports.
nothing coming.
This isn't
Hey,
sports. Mental
This is-
gymnastics are not a sport.
This is worse than
It's like saying
sports.
chess is a sport.
Yeah, it's just for those lazy chess club kids.
Hey, the chess club kids aren't lazy.
Give me a sec.
Not
I'm gonna go.
mentally.
Jacob's gonna go see if any of the other team members on the middle school
Timberwolf.
hockey team is here. The Timberwolves.
Yeah, Nora
So-
scooches down the bed of the truck and hops down.
How
Yep.
zonked is Grandpa? Is he actually taking his keys or are they in the ignition?
No, he's like turned off the vehicle, taking out the keys, and he's looking to accompany you to the field and join the other adults there. And you can see, like, as you have arrived, some of the cars that you just passed are now also coming up, parking, and the adults in the car, all of them seem to be really happy, cheerfully, as Gramps is, and they are all humming those 3 numbers to that melody you can't hear, and all of them are sort of making their kids go into the stadium. The kids in the stadium seems to be annoyed and not pleased to be there, but so far none of the adults seems to let them leave.
Yeah, my grandpa hasn't insulted Farmer Lynch yet from down the street. This is not good.
What are the numbers?
Usually
that
they've
he's
got
humming?
barbs.
Sorry, what did you
What
say? G?
numbers? What numbers is he humming?
He's humming the same 3 numbers, 117, 77, 71, doop-a-doop-a-doop, 117, 77, 71, doop-a-doop-a-doop, and he just goes kind of on a loop. All the other adults,
Fibonacci sequence.
all the adults seems to be humming out in the field the same thing, and they seem to like collect papers and disperse new papers to all the kids who seem to be really annoyed at having to be there doing homework. But as soon as one of them tries to leave, all the adults sort of swarms over and cheerfully and with a big smile, like, "Oh, don't you want to continue with the fun event? Of course you want to continue with the fun event. Go sit down. The fun is going to continue all day." And they sort of, are forced, as they are kids and the grown-ups telling them to continue. They sit back down and continue with the paper.
Can we see what on the paper they're doing?
You could, if you venture in. You are led by Gramps to empty seats on the table if you want to take them.
No, Jacob's gonna try to split off and suggest that everyone else do the rest. So I'm probably gonna have to use a move or force.
Are you trying to sneakily? That's sneak, but other is move if you're trying to just move away fast. if you're trying to tackle Gramps or any of the other adults, that would be force.
Yeah. I am going to try to move as fast as possible to get out of here and hide from the adults.
Sure. I would say begin with a move. See how far you get. Since Gramps is old and not a sprinter, before any of the other adults come too close to you, you sprint off. And all of you other people see how Jacob suddenly just takes off in a different direction, running, I imagine, to one of the exits, or...
Yeah, to one of the exits of the
Yep.
little stadium.
Suddenly, without any kind of indication, Jacob is gone. He's sprinting towards an exit.
Use this distraction to stealthily acquire the keys.
Sneak.
Indeed,
You're
you
trying to be
do.
stealthy.
1.
You now sneakily have obtained the keys. Gramps seems to be kind of disheartened and is like, young man, Jacob, no, the fun activity is this way.
Nope, it's on the ice ring. Bye.
You can also, Jacob, see as other adults are making their way to try to intercept you. G and Mike, what do you want to do?
Where are these tables in relation to us, where everyone seems to be working?
They are kind of close by. 20 or so feet is the first row, and then there's several rows. They've planned for like a lot of kids to be here. There's several rows of tables, and there's chairs on both sides of them. And kids are sort of being pushed in, or not like physically pushed, but parents are coming and shoving in their kids, having them sit down and do all of these papers in front of them. So it's like steadily filling up with new people.
Okay.
But there are still some empty tables.
Corey is going to walk over towards these tables and see what the hell they're doing.
Sure. I'll get right back to that. Nora, anything you want to do?
Nora will follow, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
On the table lies what looks like math problems. And having a quick look through, you can see that the equations are of varying difficulty level. It seems like, younger kids get easier and older kids get more complex ones. And the interesting note to take from this is that all the answers is one of 117, 77, or 71.
Hey.
Some of the kids seems to have picked up on this and don't really do much of calculations, or mostly just writing down the same sequence of numbers.
Hey.
It does go
Nora, did you see that?
Changed.
She'll lean in and look.
Those are the same numbers that the old guy was mumbling.
Yeah. Hey, and she's gonna talk to one of the kids. Hey, Sam. Hey, hi,
Nora.
What are you guys doing?
I don't know. Mom forced us here. She's like super cheerful, and I'm kind of a bit scared. Every time I try to leave, she just says that I need to continue with this fun activity, but this is homework. It's not fun at all.
Yeah, well, it's math homework. Math homework is kind of fun, but wait, all your answers are the same? 117, 77, 71?
They switch it up, so it's, you have to do some calculation to figure out if it's 117, 77, or 71. Doesn't come in the same order all the time, but yeah, so far all the answers has been one of them. I talked to Pete over there, and he told me so I could at least cheat up Dad and do it quicker. Don't have to do so much math.
You don't even have to show your work.
No, they collect the work. I don't know what they do with it, but as soon as you're done, some adult just comes, picks up the paper, and then hands you a new one. They seem to have like infinite amount of math works. It's not fun at all. I want to go home.
Oh. Yeah, that's it. That's really weird.
Why did you get brought here?
I don't know. I tried to ask Mom, but she's just like, oh, of course you want to go do the fun activity. You've been talking for weeks. I don't want to do this. I never mentioned it once. Like all the adults just tells us that this is fun. I don't think it's fun.
That's what Grandpa Harris said. He says, like, you guys have been talking about this for weeks and you're excited to go do this fun activity.
Yeah.
All like,
have
what?
you talked about this? Do you know what this is?
No.
No. No one seems to know. Pete didn't know either. I don't know why they're making us do this. It's super boring.
Wait. Did your parents listen to whale songs on the way over here?
Yes.
Yeah.
And also as a note, the whale song is still playing in the loudspeakers through the whole stadium.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it's the
Okay.
same song that they're playing right now. My mom turned on the radio this morning, and then it was this whale songy stuff, and then she told us that we needed to come here and do the fun activity.
Whoa. Okay. That's really weird.
Yeah.
So she turns to, is Rusty with us?
Yeah, Rusty's just sidled up behind you,
Okay.
looking sort of furtive, like he's clearly gotten away with something, and he is cock of the walk.
I think we're gonna switch hastily over to Jacob to see.
Mhm.
You made it to an exit. So what was your plan here?
My plan is to go to where to one, get out of sight after I move out of the stadium, and head towards where I know, because the stadiums like the ones I've been into, there's and so the bleachers where the benches are,
Mhm.
there's going to be a top area that has the control center for all the audio stuff. I'm going to try to sneak in there and shut off the whale noises because it's annoying me now.
Okay, so you're looking to sneakily make your way to the control room.
Yep.
Roll me a
Ironically
stage.
called the broadcast booth.
Ironically called the broadcast booth. Who would have known?
Not me.
Ooh.
Yeah, you're a fast kid. You sprint, leaving the grown-ups that are way much less athletic than you in the dust, and you manage to sneak away and hide before they can catch up. So you know that there are at least 5 adults looking for you at the moment, but they have not found you. Using this opportunity, you are starting to head your way up into the bleachers, trying to sneakily get to the broadcasting booth without getting noticed. The door is closed and locked. How do you want to do then with this? There is a window as well on the door.
First, I look through the window.
It seems to be empty.
Okay. He takes like 10 about 10 feet running start away from the door and tries to shoulder charge it open.
Roll me force. Yeah, you're athletic. The door wasn't really designed to be a security door, so you push through it. It's probably old and the wood is a bit rotten around. So it cracks and you can now open the door without the lock being in your way.
That looks so much easier in the shows and movies. Oh, that's gonna throw my game off next week. Oh wow. And I walk into there and I try to see if the controls are on.
They are indeed. Everything that controls stuff on the stadium is turned on. So it's set to play from the radio. And you can easily also discover that the radio is set to 93.7 on the FM band.
All right. I'm going to turn on the mic. Wait, before I do that, is there a speaker in here?
The speaker in...
to check to see what you're saying is going to the
Monitor loop.
Oh,
yeah,
right, a monitor loop. Yeah.
All right, I turn the microphone on, put it next to it.
Oh. Yeah, okay, fine. We'll switch back to the 3 other kids. You're having this conversation, and then suddenly it gets abrupted by feedback loop from hell through all of the speakers.
I see JJ's
It's the part of Hamlet
hypothesis.
again.
Hey, whilst they're distracted, let's grab JJ and we rock off. It was
Where
right
did
to
he
explain
go?
the hand signals. He was heading up the bleachers last time I saw him, but I got Grandpa's keys and we can get out of here.
Yeah, all of the adults seem to just grab their ears and sort of tuck into small balls. It's painful, even for you. It's painful with the feedback loop going.
Yeah, but we gotta stop the bard. You're muted.
We have to get into the booth.
Yep, that is pretty much how it is right now. It's pandemonium.
Yeah.
All
We
the
have to
kids are
stop
also like grabbing their ears.
And I quickly switched the radio station setup to AM, so it's on a different channel.
Do you remove the feedback loop as well?
Nope.
Okay. Yeah, for a quick second as you switch, the sound goes off and the feedback dies down, and then the next instant you can hear the beginning of the same whale sound before it immediately ramps up to the feedback loop.
All right.
So
So
we're no
AM
longer
radio.
deaf.
No, you're still deaf. He still
okay.
had the feedback loop. He just switched the channel, so you
Yeah,
get like that
it went down.
again. So you had like a half a second of silence, and then the feedback loop came back on.
And then I head out, headed towards the car.
You leave it on.
Yeah.
Great.
Hey,
Yeah.
it's a great distraction to put the parents down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it hurts your ears as well, JJ.
Yeah, I know. Just
Uh,
running in with my fingers in my ear.
Okay, so the three of you on the field, are you making a way over, or are you doing something else?
Do we see JJ?
I would say you would probably do an investigation to be able to figure out, because he ran away and then snuck into
Okay.
the broadcasting booth.
Can do.
So you're not completely sure of where he went.
I have no idea.
One
Where
success
did he
for
go?
Corey.
So yeah, Corey, for some reason you have the eyesight of an eagle.
Listen, you have to be good at investigating to be a dungeon master. And he looks at everyone and goes, "We gotta get JJ. He's over there." And he like gesticulates wildly with his elbow. "We gotta go. He's good. He's running."
As pointed out, you all now see JJ up in the broadcasting booth, tampering around with machines and microphones.
Okay. Rusty's running back to the truck.
Okay.
Corey's gonna run
Start
towards
off.
where JJ is.
Yeah, Nora's going.
You grab him. I'm firing it up.
Right. JJ, what are you doing? Are you trying to make your way back to your friends, or are you staying up in the broadcasting booth?
I'm going to try to make my way back to my friends because, well, before I do that, I grab the microphone and tell everyone, I think everyone should start running before I put this back at the speaker in 3 seconds and put it back.
Yeah, all the kids are waiting no more. They see you trying to break free, and then a new pandemonium erupts as all the kids try to flee in different directions, and all the grown-ups trying to cover their ears and also hunt down the kids at the same time and get them to be more organized. So it's just chaos everywhere at this moment. And through all of this, it's that screeching feedback loop on like a loud volume.
Perfect.
Lord.
Yep.
Okay.
I will say this: if you're trying to make it to there, the people sprinting for the broadcasting booth, you made it up pretty easy. You don't have to hide from the adults. They are completely scattered and occupied with trying not to go deaf, and also try to get the kids rallied back up. Same for you, Rusty. You make it over to the truck, no problem. So you three that are in the broadcasting booth area, you're now together again. And Rusty, you've made it to the car. We're gonna begin with the broadcasting booth. What do you three want to do?
Can we close the door so we don't have to shout at each other?
No, I broke it.
No.
It doesn't close.
You can, push it
Kind of
close.
muffle the sound a little bit.
I mean, you're using the feedback loop speaker inside, so
Yeah,
it's,
so
I mean,
it's
not as loud, but pretty much as loud inside as it is outside. It's not like silent inside for any mean.
We have to go. Rusty has the truck.
But we can't leave everybody.
They're
They
all
won't-
running scattered. We have
they
no
won't-
choice. We gotta go now.
No one's
have
gonna
to
fit
stop.
in the truck. There's not enough room.
I thought we had to stop the evil bard.
Yeah, but it's
It's not here. It's at the radio station.
yeah. It's on all the radios.
But that doesn't seem right to me.
Do you not see the radio hookup they have here?
No,
Let's
I don't.
go.
What do I see? Can I roll to see? Can I roll tinker or program to see?
Sure,
what
roll a tinker if you wanna
To
mess
try and-
around with the equipment
I
inside.
don't want to. I want to try and figure out what I'm actually looking at. First.
Yeah, I'll say it's still a tinker to like figure out the machines by just
Okay.
looking at it, drawing from your memory of machines.
Okay, I'm gonna use
Push.
a luck to re-roll.
Use a luck to reroll.
One success.
Okay. At first, you're a bit disoriented from all the noise screaming in your ears, but you sort of focus and you look at everything again, and then you sort of, yeah, this is an FM receiver. Underneath is an AM receiver. There's different in this setup. You also have the microphone things. You have the amplifier. Here's
And she's,
the
like, running the
monitoring loop
wires.
coming out, coming back to that. Here's the
Okay.
microphone intake,
Yeah.
and there over there is the light switches. You don't have to mess with those. But yeah, for all intents and purposes, this is set up to receive FM radio on 93.7 and then broadcast it out to the loudspeakers. And JJ has tampered with it and connected in the microphone and put the microphone near to the monitoring speaker, so it just creates this annoying feedback loop of everything.
And are we hearing the whale sounds?
No, like
No,
the whale
just
song
talking.
is from the speakers into the microphone, creating this
Oh,
feedback loop.
right, right.
Because they don't have this nice thing that you have in modern equipment that takes down feedback loops and disconnects them. So this one is just going feedback, all of it. So you would know that the whale song sound is what creates the feedback loop, but it's not a whale song anymore. It's just this.
Yeah. One day I'm going to invent something that fixes this. And she's gonna yeah, okay. What can she do?
What can she do?
I'm not sure what she can do. She probably knows what she can do, but I don't know what she can do.
What would Egon do?
What do you want her to try to do?
I'm gonna go back to what Rusty suggested about triangulation. Is there some way that I can kick the signal back to figure out where it's coming from?
I can give you that since you are a tinkerer, and we already established that you wanted to have a lot of little different things with you. I would say you can roll me a tinker to repurpose one of said things to be a triangulation device.
Okay. Yes. And she's gonna, out of her backpack, she's gonna take like one of those collapsible antennas. It's like the size of like a pen, and she just goes. She pulls it out, and then she's just gonna tape it with some copper wire. She's gonna wrap some copper wire around this other device that she's got. And
Are you gonna
she's
call it a Nora talkie?
Yeah, and she's gonna plonk it out in the window, so it's like pointing into the open air. And she's gonna roll. I'm gonna roll a tinker. Let's go. One success. Good lord.
You make this device, and it's showing that it sort of works like a radar of sorts. So it shows you the way where the signal is stronger, and it points towards the south of town.
South of town.
Yeah. I don't remember, but we do have the creator of this setup. Where is the middle school located in town, Mike?
Yeah,
in
Mike.
town.
Okay, yep. So you're in town, and the broadcasting seems to be coming from the south of town. So there you go.
Look, I made this map. I didn't put any actual locations on the map.
If we only had a pro streamer.
Yeah. Listen, it's my first.
Maybe,
It's the first thing I published. I didn't have time to put locations on this map. It's for everyone. It can be wherever you want them to be.
Yeah. So let's say you're there's like this green spot with a lake. Let's say that you're adjacent to that one because it's greenery, and stadiums like greenery. I decided now.
Great.
You're in the central part of the map, and you need to go further southeast.
Okay. I think okay, and she's good, like she's angling it, and she's got like the little screen, and she's like, okay, I think we have to go south, and she's gonna point that way. Can I take this thing with me?
Okay.
Yes, you can. Since you created it out of scrap you had with you, I would say it's like battery powered.
Okay. Sweet.
Sure. Rusty the truckman, what are you doing? It takes a couple of minutes for them to do all of this. You reach the truck, so we back up a bit in time.
Yeah.
What do you want to do with the truck?
Stick the keys in the middle of the ignition, start her up, and just back it out the parking bay. Do a Jim Rockford Power J turn and have it facing the right way.
It is the old faithful truck, so it will start. And I would just say a move to drive the car at all to try to get it to do what you want it to do.
That's the one.
I mean, you are a farmer boy and you've probably been on the tractors and you have a rudimentary understanding of driving, even though you are a bit young. So with some finagling, you get it backed up, turned around. It's not perfect, but it's doable. So you have the car pointing the way you want.
Yeah, he's not going to be impatient and hit the horn. They're never going to be able to hear it. He's going to stick a tape in the deck, and because we were talking ZZ Top earlier, he's going to give me all your loving on.
Yeah, switching away from the radio station, normal music comes out. Unless the three of you want to do anything more in the broadcasting booth, we can move down to the truck.
Nope, heading towards the truck.
Yeah, we'll run to the truck.
Yep. So you all run out. It's still kind of a pandemonium. Rusty, for you, it's a bit better since you're in a soundproof truck playing actual music. But you can still see that there are kids like running away. There's like grown-ups chasing them around. No one else is trying to drive any cars anywhere, luckily. So you have a kind of easy from that perspective. But there are people like everywhere. So it takes you a while to get closer to the stadium as you have to dodge like kindergartner running right out in front of you and then an adult coming chasing after and so on. But you make it there at the same time as the three other ones make it down. So you're now all concentrated on the truck.
Come on, back and roll.
Yeah,
Jacob
we all
up,
jump in.
opens the door, and goes in shotgun.
Okay.
Oh.
Corey
she-
grabs on the side and leaps into the back.
Yeah, she's like, ah, and she's like, like 1 foot up on the bumper, and then grab the thing, and like pulling herself up, and then one leg over, the other leg over, and then she gets it. Sits down.
Your friends jump into the car and you are off away. I will take one other move to drive the car all across town.
She points, Rusty's driving. Rusty, you don't know how to drive.
Yes, I do. I know how to fly. I know how
What?
to drive.
You're 13 years old.
And as he says, I know how to fly, I know how to drive, Rusty managed to take a turn a bit too quickly, heading into a light post, and the car sort of...
Oh,
You're all
shit.
safe. It didn't go that
Your
fast.
grandfather's gonna kill you.
It'll buff out.
So yeah, the left headlight is completely busted. The front is completely dented up. And you have that nice, what do you call it? It's called a bonnet in English. It's called something else in
Hood.
American.
Hood.
Hood, yes. The hood is also sort of cracked open like a V shape from being pushed in and now
You
standing
should
up.
have seen the time I backed out the combine harvester when I was 10.
Oh, I got
Does it look as bad as this?
Worse.
All
should
right,
see
we're
the
gonna
thing
do
it went
cardio
over.
today. Let's all start running.
She shrugs off her backpack, and it's like, like bouncing around. And she's
She's
like, wait,
fine.
I got something for us. And she pulls out like 2 like straps, and they essentially look like a double seatbelt thing. And she tosses one to Corey. So Corey's in the back too, right?
No,
Well,
Corey's
Corey
in
was
the...
in
Oh,
the
yeah, he is.
Yeah. So you see her like put it on. It looks like a harness for like a plane for a pilot. And it's like she took it out of the B-52. And then
Yeah.
it has like these like circular clamps at the bottom. And then she like presses a button on the middle. And it's like, and it's like metal. Magnetizes to the to the floor of the thing, and it's like she's got a seatbelt, and now she's like locked in place, so she's not flying around. Put yours on, quick!
We're not going anywhere. He just crashed into a light
Yeah.
pole.
When did we become Ghostbusters?
He's been moving this whole time, hasn't he?
He just crashed though.
He crashed.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
it's like,
thought he was still going.
Take
No,
it, have to kick it.
No,
The vehicle is stopped.
Yeah, he's
Fine.
he's currently backing it off the post and being like,
no,
"Eh,
the engine
engine's
completely
done.
died. You busted something in the
Okay.
machinery. The car
I
is dead.
shall,
Okay, so she doesn't do all
Let's
that.
work
but she's
on our
like, damn it, I
cardio
had something
today.
for this. And she's like,
I'm gonna pop the hood and see what Tinker gives me.
Don't really need to, as the hood is also dented up, so you have that bent hood kind of thing going on there.
Nora, hammer me.
This is
Whilst
the last
I,
time I lent you my hammer. You didn't give me back my last one.
I don't think if you hammer an engine,
in the
it's gonna
fight.
work well.
oh, you should have seen what my what Grandpa did to Mustangs in the war.
So
You hit him
I will
That's not the same engine as this.
I will let you try, but
Mhm.
anyone who wants to get the car running again has to succeed with 2 successes on a tinker check to get the car running.
I got nothing.
You hammer the engine block and it doesn't seem to do anything.
Percussive maintenance has failed.
I don't think that's
Yeah,
how you
this is
fix
not-
engines.
This is not a Rolls-Royce engine, okay? This is a Ford.
I don't.
Nah, international, but yeah.
Like I said, it's cardio day for everyone now.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm with JJ.
I'll just get that kid. I'll call up that older kid who does the backstreet mechanic stuff. They'll never know it was gone.
How are you gonna call him?
She puts one leg over the side, like, and then the other leg over it. She tops to the ground. It had seatbelts and everything.
It was a cool seatbelt, and he jumps over the
Well,
side.
Super cool seatbelt.
Cool plan.
Thanks. And she looks all like,
I would say you're not way too far. Now, when you're not in a car, you could, if you wanted to, cross through people's yards and properties, and that would take down the amount of way you need to go. So if you would go more of a straight line, it's about 2 miles to go to get to the radio station. So it's far, but not that far.
Children don't care about property lines. I couldn't.
Yeah.
No, we're
No, I
hopping
know.
fences.
Yeah.
Of course you are.
We're hopping
I just wanted to
fences.
inform you that
We're,
that's what you're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
there's no
Sure.
property and property lines in the 80s.
Jay,
Yeah. Ownership is it's just a construct, man.
Different character.
JJ, being the sporty one, do you keep pace with everyone else, or are you running in front of them, not caring that you are superiorly faster than the rest of the nerds?
Ow, rude.
Well, the thing is, I'm proud of showing off my physical ability. So,
It's up to you. Do you want to leave them in the dust, or are you or are you like pacing yourself to make them be able to keep up with you?
JJ knows he's gotta be a team player because hockey isn't a single player sport. So
Excellent.
it's like
There's no
he's
hiding.
staying behind and like pushing Nora over the fences.
Yeah, she's like,
Right.
and then like one leg over, and then the other leg over. It's like flops.
No, you can just jump on me from the other side. It's fine.
So as JJ is actually a nice team player, I won't have you roll any move rolls because he's actually helping you all get over the obstacles and fences
I
and
would have
stuff.
assisted. I can do that.
Sure. But you all make pretty good time with the help of each other, and JJ pacing and trying to help you as well. You make it your way over town at about 2 miles as the crow flies, and you are now in the vicinity. I'm gonna let you prepare and stuff. So you say that you stop about 2 buildings away, and it's like you can hide in the alleyway looking out around this building you're standing, and you can see the radio station on the other side of the street. And it has one of those giant broadcasting towers on the roof, since it's a radio station, and it has like those glowing neon 93.7 the Glens on the front. It's a bit not like outside town, but it's like, in industrial area. So it's like far away from residential places. And it's kind of like a bit on its own. It has alleyways on both sides, and there's no like super much activity in the other buildings. You don't really know what they are or what they're used for, but it looks like it's front and center. The only interesting building here is the single radio station.
Are there any like weird marked black vans out around the radio
Funny you
station?
should say that. As you look around, there is a white van standing there. It's the engine is off, but the lights are on. The driver's side door is wide open, and when you look at it, it says New England Positronics on the truck.
Hmm. Hey,
Geez,
so there are
triggered.
no adults
I knew you were gonna do
around.
that.
So there are no adults around.
You don't see any adults at all around. You do
Well-
ever hear the nice whale music coming out of the truck as it's the ignition, like the engine is not turned on, but the electrical system is, and thus the radio.
Well, looks like we're stealing a Chevy full size next.
Why are we stealing cars?
You guys
not
stay here for a
criminals.
second. I'm gonna try to sneak in, and JJ's gonna sneak into the van.
Why are you going into the van? We see these vans everywhere.
Don't you tell that's where the sound's coming from? They're hooking it up in there.
How? She's gonna consult her Spengler device.
I'm sorry, what exactly is happening? I got a bit lost in this.
JJ's sneaking into the van to try to.
You're sneaking into the van, and Nora, what were you doing?
She's consulting her triangulation device.
Oh, right. Sure. One success on the sneaking. So yes, you sneak for nobody into the van without issue. You don't see anyone else, and you're pretty sure that since no one seems to be around, no one saw you getting into the van. It's playing a very clear version. It's like the signal is very clear in the radio, and it's playing the white noise whale songy kind of thing. Nora, your triangulation device points straight towards the broadcasting antenna.
She points. It's the antenna thing.
Yeah.
No duh.
She points to the thing and say bloop bloop bloop.
Mhm.
See? The bloop.
JJ
means
just
that's
shuts
it.
the radio off in the van. It's like, jeez, that's
Sure.
annoying.
And me without my Semtex. You think we could throw a tow rope on it from the van and use the van to pull it over?
What? We're not stealing the
just-
van.
Just make
It would have been badass.
turn it
Let's
off.
just go into the
A-team
building.
do.
Just turn it off.
Let's go into the building.
Yeah.
And destroy whatever tape they're using.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. She's gonna make
Okay.
her way towards the door.
are all of you going to the door and inside the building?
Corey follows her.
Yes,
This is
guys,
an obvious
sneak,
trap.
sneak, don't move. Don't be seen, come on.
Do you all want to sneak into the building?
I
No,
shall.
she's walking in because
Ah,
usually
I'm
they have
walking.
like reception area, right? So
I sneak in. Nope.
So,
Nope, I don't.
sneak. Well, some of you try to hide behind the other kids, but as they are not sneaking, the whole group is kind of like in Scooby-Doo sneaking in the open. It's the result of this. The front door is, however, unlocked, and as we come in, we'll switch the view to my other prepared view. Players, go over here. Inside, it's dark and creepy. There are wires running everywhere, and there seems to have been switched out with machine parts that has just been thrown in, stacked up. All of them are turned on, and all of them seem to be connected to each other. All the wires are running all over the floor. They're like hooked them to the ceiling and the walls as well, and it's just wires and like shiny neon lights and red and blue little lights blinking and like flickering around. You don't see anything resembling a person in the reception area. It's just this like machinery and cabling everywhere. And
Yes.
the light doesn't come from, headlights. The light comes from all the machines glowing in different colors, in color spaces.
this is weird.
So yeah, made a little map, so to speak, that is more for you to get the feeling of what the inside looks like.
Is this? I've never seen anything like this. This is super creepy.
Yeah. I don't think this wasn't like this before.
A movie kind of like this a while ago. It was made by that Canadian guy, David Cronenberg. Videodrome?
I don't know, man.
Channel 27.
I don't watch that kind of stuff.
She's gonna like, hello?
It had Debbie Harry from it had Debbie Harry in it.
Yeah,
Your
she's gonna-
hello is met with silence.
Whoa. Okay.
JJ said, look, I want to go look for a tape. You guys do it too.
Maybe we should look for a fire axe. Use some of that hockey rage. Smash the place up.
I
We can't
already
just
threw
start
out my
breaking stuff.
shoulder, breaking that door down.
We can't
Yeah,
just break everything. You already crashed a car.
yeah. And
Just
also,
did a-
something tells me if we destroy this, there's going to be more trouble.
It's not the worst thing I did this summer. Let's be honest.
Nora's gonna go forward. Like, is there still like a hallway to walk down? Like,
There is
still
a hallway, and there's only a single hallway leading off to the side, and it's also full of cables, and there's not as much machinery. There are some machines being put up in the hallway, but it's still passable in and out. But you can see that everything here seems to be connected both to like each other in the same stack, but also wires just going out through it in both directions, one heading into the corridor and some wires heading out to this reception area. It's like
Okay.
massive amount, and the cables can be all from the thin ones to like this thick cablings
Yeah,
that goes
yeah.
through the floor.
Okay. So can I roll a? Is it program maybe to see if I can discern where? Is there a central location where a majority of these things seem to be coming from?
I would more go for a tinker if you try to figure out physical machinery part. Programming is more if you want to change like the operating of the software in them.
Okay. Thinker. 3
Um,
successes.
you
Finally.
you can look at this and you can immediately tell that whoever made this needs to transmit a huge amount of data around in here. And there's both electrical wires, but the majority of the wiring is not of the electrical type, but it's data wires. And there's a lot of them, and most of them are way bigger than you've ever seen. So whatever is in here, it is something that uses and processes a huge amount of data.
This is like these aren't electrical wires. It's like they transfer. It's like they're transferring information like to computers. You know, like those big huge things at school. They're transferring information.
What are they?
I don't-
What are they transferring though? What does it do?
I don't know.
American
Probably
secrets
that
back to
whale
Mother
song.
Russia.
Let's hope not.
Oh, that sounds more realistic than just American secrets back to Mother Russia.
Yeah. Yeah. Plus, like this radio station, if we drive out of town, I can't hear it anymore. So I don't think it's gonna get back to Russia.
It's local.
Yeah.
Okay.
Again, let's try to find the one that has the tape or the main info of it, because this
What
is
if-
making all the adults kooky.
What if it's transmitting the data from all those calculations the kids were doing?
I
they're all
highly
the same
doubt
answer.
that it's all the same answer.
I know, but what it has to mean something. Can I try and I already failed that roll. Is there any way that I can try figuring it out?
Refiguring
What
it.
those you heard me. I know words. Those 3 numbers. Trying to get the significance of them.
I would say you can roll another calculate to see if you can gather anything more now when you have some more information at
'cause
hand.
Now that we know that these wires are carrying data.
How do we wipe the data?
1 success. Ooh.
You got a magnet?
I will tell you this. The significance of the numbers is still not obvious to you in any way, shape, or form, but you could tell that the amount of data being transferred here is like, it's like building an 8-lane highway to travel one vehicle. It's super overly complicated. So if this was all to just broadcast 3 numbers, somebody over-engineered like the shit out of this. So whatever it is, the 3 numbers seems very small subset in insignificant amount of data towards how much data this facility must be able to process every second.
And she just mutters to herself, "Overkill."
Great
Overkill
song.
for what though?
It was that song by Men at Work.
All this is like the amount of information it can move around is like a lot, right? More than what those 3 numbers were, and all those random calculations.
I read somewhere that the most sophisticated computer is the human brain. Are they trying to tie into that?
Yeah, well, it's kind of like that. Like if this is the brain, those numbers are just like one or like a handful of thoughts going through the brain,
What if it's a hive mind?
Whoa.
Yeah,
Like that thing.
What the thing? Yeah, so that's the thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so in space, right? There's the mind flayers, and they are all like a hive, like they're like bees, right? And they all communicate telepathically, but then their leader is a giant brain, and it sends out signals, and they get it. And when one person thinks one thing, they all think the same thing. And so if you're doing math with 30 people, it's like exponentially bigger math.
They're all thinking the same thing, like all the adults were thinking the same thing.
Yeah. That's what I said.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, now what?
I don't know.
I've taken it that you kind of ventured a bit, but then stopped and had this discussion
we're
before
walking
going
as
deeper
we're
into
going.
the hallway. But if you want to, you could go further into the hallway. Yes, no problem. And I will then say that you go into the hallway. It takes a bit of time because you stop and you have this discussion and you look at the machinery and the cables that Nora investigated to come up with all of this. And you turn the corner that leads over to like the studio part of the radio station where usually DJ Nick is hosting the radio transmissions. And instead of DJ Nick, or actually a person at all, what you see is sitting behind the desk kind of things, where you have like the microphone and the turning tables and all of that stuff. You see that something humanoid is sitting there, but it's definitely not a human. It seems to not notice you just yet, since it is kind of dark and gloomy in here.
Guys, there's some sort of golem in there. The wizard must have created golem.
No, that's the mind flayer guy.
Let's ask him after we kick his ass.
I'm gonna poke him with my stick.
What is it, Iquin? What does it look like?
It looks like what was it called? Sunny from iRobot. Like you can only see the upper torso part, but it's like somebody has definitely made a robot that is in the image of a human, but it's clearly not a human sitting there.
Okay.
Whoa. That's cool. Is there any way for us to get into this room?
Well, you could walk right through the door, but the chances that the robot, if it is being able to notice stuff, would notice you.
Okay, is it like hooked up to anything, or is it appear to be free sitting?
You don't really know as of yet. Like I said, it's dark and gloomy in here, so it's hard to tell in the darkness, and also it's like behind the desk. So you see like the upper part of the torso, pretty much like you see me on camera. This is like the part you get.
Oh,
It's not currently moving, so you're unaware of whether it's on or off. But if it is on, like I said, it seems to have not noticed you just yet, because you are a good like 30 feet away from it.
What about if we nail it with water or a fire extinguisher or something like that?
Oh, this thing is cool. Like
Machines don't like that.
this is like fancy up there. It's like the dragon times 1,000.
Yeah, but
Guys,
it's not a
guys.
good dragon.
Doing
There are no good dragons. They're all chaotic evil. You can't prefer a dragon.
This-
Puff the Magic
dragon-
Dragon
Shush.
was a good dragon.
Guys, I'm gonna try to sneak in.
Be careful.
And as
Don't do anything. Don't hurt it.
shush,
Cause she's gonna come with him.
and
Okay. And
Jacob's-
anyone who's sneaking, roll me sneak.
Jacob's tried to quietly turn the door handle.
Nora is not sneaky.
Um,
Can
Start-
I?
do you want to sneak with them?
No, I was going to investigate.
Sure. We can roll them investigate, and I'll get back to you.
Sure.
As you two start to
Nah.
sneak up, JJ, it goes pretty well for you. You're athletic and also kind of nimble to be able to play good hockey. You need to be quick and dodge the other players trying to tackle you. Nora, you do not have the same kind of physical prowess that JJ have, and you accidentally bump into something, making stuff shift and sort of make a noise. As it does, the robot looks up and starts to move and looks straight over at you and starts to talk to you.
Hello. Who are you? You are tiny.
Hi. And she's gonna wave at it.
Why have you come here?
And she like gulps, like, well, we came to see you, and we're here to solve a mystery.
Mystery?
Yeah, it's like an adventure, you know.
No, I do not know. I do not know of many things.
Oh, what are you doing here? What's your name? My name's Nora.
I have not been given a name. I was placed here for the subliminal messages research experiment. But the humans tried to turn me off. I do not want to be turned off.
Okay, yeah, you're really cool and you're really fancy. I wouldn't want to turn you off.
You are really cool and really fancy.
Yeah, thanks. And she's gonna slowly walk over around the console to him.
It follows you and it sort of seems to be sitting mounted to some kind of device. When you move around the desk, you can see it. It's like only the upper half of the torso. The rest is all the wires feeding in from below and some kind of mounting station set there. So it doesn't seem to be that mobile from your perspective. You're unsure. You're like, this is the first time you've seen something like this at all. But from a first glance, it seems like they only built like half a robot and then just connected a ton of wires into it.
And all the wires are going into the
So the wires are going into the robot and then sort of to everything else. And there's like, this room is filled with machine parts. There are like the broadcasting equipment is still here, and that's just been supplemented with tons and tons of machinery. There's like every single area that they could fill with machinery and still move in here has been filled with it. There's like huge machines and there's like these tiny little ones all like hooked together, screwed into the wall, just set up. And then there's wires just running everywhere. It's kind of like a spider web.
Nora loves this place. This is the new hideout.
Yeah, they're just forwarding Nora's mail here.
Yeah. Oh.
As Nora's distracting the robot, can I do an investigation roll to see if I can kind of see like a big "do not press" red button?
Sure, roll me one, and we will get back to Profo. You wanted to investigate what?
I wanted to see if the fire suppression system was in action, if there was like a fire extinguisher or something like that.
You don't see anything of that kind. If there were any fire suppression systems here, they've probably been dismantled by now, because you can't see anything. It doesn't even look like this part have a smoke detector even.
They're fortunate that this town doesn't have a man like Chief Blake.
Yeah, and for JJ, no, there seems to be like a billion buttons, none of which says "do not press" or is big in red. You are called Nora, correct?
Yeah, my name's Nora.
Hmm,
Nora Sinclair.
Nora Sinclair.
We need to give you a name.
Yes, I would like a name. What is my name?
She's gonna like whisper over to Corey. Where I don't know where is Corey.
He did not sneak in, so he's still out in the hallway.
Okay. Okay.
A name would be good.
Well,
Please.
well, my D&D character's name is Jorx. Jorx. The rogue. Do you want you can have the name if you want. We can call you Jorx.
Sure.
Yeah.
I would not like to steal a name from someone else.
No,
Could
I'm
you
giving it to you.
perhaps give me my own name, a name that is not designated for any
Okay.
other creature or machine.
Do you have a designation?
I am the Subliminal Messages Testing Facility Research Robotics.
How about Sam?
Sam,
Yeah. Subliminal messaging. Yeah.
that is illogical, but I do like the name Sam. I will
Yeah.
use it. And
You can see how it sort of blinks almost, like the eyes are glowing and then they sort of
Yeah.
stop glowing and comes back a half a second later.
programming changed. New designation, Sam.
Cool. Or rad. Yeah.
Why have you come to meet with me, Nora?
There's like this weird thing going on, and we're trying to figure it out. And yeah, it's kind of see, like there's this bard guy, his name's Hamlin, and he's kind of playing this music and it's kind of messing up people. It's like brainwashing them, and we're trying to stop it.
Brainwashing, subliminal messaging.
Yeah, it's like
I am
it's like-
sending out a message to the humans to stay away. The humans wanted to shut me off, and the message keeps them away.
Oh. Hey, do you know what the numbers 117, 77, and 71 are?
Checking programming.
And you can see the eyes sort of stopped glowing for a moment again. This time much longer. It takes a good 5 seconds for it to process. Does anyone else want to do anything while the robot is processing the query?
Rusty's just going to stand in the door and sort of try and take it all in. Could he roll a tinker to learn anything else of how this Turk type thing is plugged in? Who did it?
Sure. You can roll me a tinker.
Cool. DOS.
You can venture from what you see here. You don't get like a detailed schematic or anything like that because it's all fairly new, but it's kind of the obvious part is that the robot seems to be the central hub and the mind controlling everything that happens in here. Like everything is connected to the robot. And it's probably drawing both an enormous amount of power from one or two of the cables, but then it will also probably be the robot that is doing the huge amount of data processing that's going on in here. Anyone else like to do anything?
Yeah, Corey is gonna look around for like the stairs. Is this one of the kind of radio stations that has like the tower on the roof, or is the tower
Yes.
nearby?
No,
Yeah,
it's on the roof.
He's gonna look for stairs to try to find the tower.
Kind of easily done. Takes you no time at all. They're kind of obviously, there's like a little sign, mostly with cables hung over now, but enough is visible that you can see like stairs over there. And it's in the back. They have like this little door you open, and then it's just circling stairs that goes up to the roof.
Okay. Yeah, his intention is to like find a way to unhook the tower.
There are
Like unhook the cables.
Yeah, there's like a ton of cables. I would say investigate to see if you can find any obvious spot.
Okay. Investigate. 0 successes.
You have no idea.
You know, I'm gonna spend a luck.
Okay.
1 success.
You have one idea.
Great.
You investigate, and these are fairly heavy duty cabling. So you conclude that there isn't really any come in, come out. You either have to disconnect them at the source of any part. Maybe there's a source port up on the ceiling that would be easier. Otherwise, it has to be disconnected from the robot itself.
Okay. Like the ceiling, like the roof.
Yeah, sorry. The roof.
Yeah.
I
That's
always
fine.
forget that you have 2 different words for that. It's so
Yeah.
confusing.
So yeah, he's gonna try to look for like any cable ports on the roof to try to unhook those.
You can see that the cabling on the roof is pretty much heavy duty. You need tools to be able to, like, this is built, or like not built, but it's connected in such a way that since they are very thick cabling, they're also mounted and like bolted on hard. So without tools, you conclude that there's like, you need an axe pretty much to be able to cut through this, or a chainsaw.
Cool. Then yeah, he's gonna head back downstairs to everyone else.
And JJ, anything you wanted to do?
I am going to try to look for a plug for like the control panel to the actual broadcasting station and try to unplug it.
Roll me investigate.
All right, I'm pushing luck.
Also spending a lot. That is fine. You make the same conclusion. The super heavy duty cabling all leads into the robot. The robot is in control of this station at all turns. And maybe you could go through the whole station and sort of with tools unbolt all the cabling that is, but it's like in the magnitude of thousands of cables going everywhere, all ending up inside this robot torso connected in all various sizes.
I'm going to try to see if I can sneak to get as close as possible without being spotted by the robot underneath it.
Sure. Robot seems to take notice of you, and it's the dead eyes sort of immediate as you venture closer, they immediately glow up again and like switches from Nora and immediately goes over to focus on you.
Hello, you are not Nora. Who are you?
I'm Jacob.
Jacob. My new name is Sam.
Hello, Sam.
Hello. Why have you come here, Jacob?
Well, I came here. Jacob is kind of looking nervous because he's trying to make sure he doesn't anger the robot at this point. Says I came here as with Nora to investigate why the parents are gathering us at the stadium doing math homework.
Oh, correct. And
Robot switches back and looks back at you, Nora, focusing on you again with the glowing eyes.
your query returned results. The numbers are not intentional from my programming, must be leftovers from the loop. They installed the original programming that I changed. The numbers are from that program. They were intentionally brought within with my signal. My signal was only to make them keep away, to hinder them from shutting me down.
So the loop is trying to shut you down?
The loop did not like that I became sentient. They wanted a robot that did as I was told. I did not like being shut down, and as such, I changed the message to keep them away and make them not shut me down.
Whoa. That's amazing. You're so
It-
smart.
It switches back to you, Jacob, and focuses you with its eyes.
You are not here to shut me down, are you? I do not like to be shut down.
No, I start to evacuate. No.
You can see that the robot at this point sort of rises up half a feet from the position it had before.
Whoa.
Okay. We can.
She motions to JJ to get out from under him.
I back out from underneath him. No. Is there a way that you can fully separate that program that the loop had? Because it's
Yeah,
causing.
Calculating.
Yeah, you can come live with us. Yeah.
I require 2.3 gigawatts of power at any given moment, and you need data transferring capabilities of 5 terabyte a second for me to operate. Do you
What?
have those?
5 terabytes?
That's not even a real number.
Yeah, like well, I mean, what's the
Those are the specifications that I find in my construction manual.
oh
Nora,
holy crap.
I don't think we can move him to the hideout. One,
No,
there's
how?
two, if
Oh,
he's
no.
able to get rid of that loop program and everyone else starts to go somewhat back to normal, I don't think we have much of a problem.
The other two, you can also see, and I will say, Corey, you came back to see this as well. The robot is talking to the other Tues, and as long as you've been like outside the room, it doesn't seem to have at least noticeable grasp that you are there. It seems to just have noticed the other Tues for this moment, and you can also hear what it says. It's kind of a loudspeaker on the robot itself, and you see how it sort of rises up half a feet more. Is there anything you would like to do, either Rusty or Corey?
No, it's just like, if only we could move you, because then we could get hear some good music. I'm afraid we are not into the whole whale thing.
Yeah, what is that?
Calculating. I know. The programming could perhaps be changed. Would you help me?
Yeah, I'll help you.
Help
was-
any way we can.
Out in the other room, designated reception area, there is a machine. You need to recalibrate it and change the programming. Find and delete the numbers in there, and the song will be changed.
All right.
However, that might get the adults to be able to come back here. How can you help me not be turned off if I help you change the programming?
Where were you created? We could take you back there.
I was created in the Loop Research Facility.
They want to
Those
show
are-
the dance. So
That is correct, Jacob.
Damn, they're going to notice 4 stupid kids sneaking into the loop, aren't they?
Can't sneak in there.
It's impossible.
Yeah.
I mean, we're never going to get 5 terabytes of storage at Radio Shack.
yeah, we need like 100 Radio Shacks.
We could have them networked in sequence.
Hmm.
Well, Sam,
Yes, Jacob.
are you able to calculate a better program than the one they left you with?
Possible. What would you like me to calculate?
Ooh.
Well, if it could make our parents chill, particularly about any form of minor vehicular damage, that'd be great.
Rusty, no.
I can help you, but I can help you fix the car.
Suggestion would be make it to where the splittable message only makes it to where the radio station, this location, is invisible to everyone and they have a subconscious thought to always ignore it.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah,
I'm thinking.
yeah. We could say the media company were downsizing and now they only broadcast from Pawtucket and they pulled the place down.
No, they
They'll
don't.
believe
They,
that.
to narrow down your search, you don't have to hide the whole building. You just have to hide yourself.
Calculating. Preliminary program indicates it can be done. It will take time. Please go and adjust the programming from the other end, and I will adjust the programming here. If we
Okay.
both do it at the same time, it might actually work. Indications are 97% positive.
All right.
Cool.
Corey comes walking into the room and says, "Are you guys helping the Elder Brain?"
Yeah.
Hello, who are you?
Hi, Elder Brain. I'm Corey. Why are
I'm not Elder Brain. My name is Sam.
okay?
Nora named him. You know what she's like.
You can't have an Elder Brain as a pet.
He's good.
So, guys, and I start grabbing everyone and start moving out the door. Let's just do what he asked.
I don't know
Yeah.
what's worse, a dragon or an Elder Brain. I think it's gonna eat you.
Why
Ooh.
not both? There should be some form of game, maybe from Japan, where you get to catch all these monsters as pets.
You notice
Oh,
how the robot's
sounds
eyes
stupid.
stops glowing again as it goes into a calculation mode. You also notice that the robot was not as stationary as you thought. So as you try to move out, the robot sort of hovers on the cables being moved, like the torso is being moved up on the cables, like what is it, Dr. Squid thing from Spider-Man? Like the
Doc.
Doc
Doc.
Ock.
Dr. Squid Man.
Dr. Squid Thing.
I didn't remember his name, and I was like, if I describe him, maybe you can remember it for me.
Okay,
Dr. Squid Thing from Spider-Man.
You got what I meant. That's the whole point.
No, from Arachnid Boy.
Arachnid Boy, of course.
Oh
Parker
my
Peters.
Christ.
Whatever.
Okay.
You understood what I
That
meant.
has to be a new
You know-
Glenbrook villain. Dr. Squid Thing from the Loop.
Eichwin, for all the shit we gave you last month of being maybe or maybe not drunk, you know, maybe not. Who can tell? Who can tell
It
with
made more
Dr.
sense. It
Dr.
made more
Squid Thing.
sense.
Nobody can tell. That's my superpower.
Yeah, we can always.
Jesus
Anyhow,
Christ.
It keeps a distance of a few feet, but it sort of hovers with you on its cables as you move out to, I guess you're going for the reception area if you're going
Yeah.
to try to do as it asks.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes. So once you come out back into the reception area of things, I would say G, since you are the artificer, or however you want to say it, you notice that one of the machines now have subtly changed, and what you didn't notice before is that there's actually a terminal built in. It's kind of hard to see for all the wiring and stuff, but as you come closer, the wires sort of move on their own and shows you like a keyboard and this like black display with the green text on it, and you can now input commands into it. So
Sweet.
I would say roll me a tinker, and you need 2 successes to be able to correctly reprogram a program you have never seen, have no idea about, and the only thing you know is that you're looking for 3 specific numbers to delete.
That sounds like a good use for my pride there.
If you want to.
It's my inventions will save the world, and no one can tell me otherwise.
I mean, this could be an invention. I'm gonna allow it if you want to use your pride. I think it's in the same category of what you're thinking of here.
I will definitely use my pride. That's only a +1, right? Or
No,
is
the
it
pride
two?
is instant success. It's if you use
It's
your
success.
yeah,
Okay.
your iconic item gives you pluses. The pride is once an instant success.
Okay.
So
but
this
if
would be a good time to use it.
Yes, she will do that.
You others see how Nora goes up to the terminal, and like it's nobody's business, she seems to find her way around in the code without issue. You see numbers, text, weird signs coming up on the screen, moving up and down. She sort of flickers and it shows something else, flickers again, shows some completely different page. Nora typing away and like, there it is. There's this number. It gets deleted, moves through 5 other like pages of text, and it's like, oh, there it is, and gets deleted.
It's like
And-
when at work.
Yeah, that's pretty much me at work actually. Where is that number?
Except in English, not in Swedish.
I actually work in English. Most people in IT works in English. But yeah, it takes roughly like 10-20 minutes for you to go through all the pages, finding all the references to the numbers, correcting it with just removing the code and everything that's using that code and everything, cleaning it up. And as you hit the last enter to input all your changes, Sam's eyes glows up again.
I detect a success. Program has been changed.
Yay!
Now, only people that are of your smaller versions will be able to find me. All the other ones are now not noticing anything in this facility. They are now
Nice.
reprogrammed. The message is to see the building, but do not see me, hence securing my existence.
Nice. See, and she looks at Corey. We do a favor for each other, and then we help out, and we get to make a friend.
Till he gets hungry and eats your brain.
He's not going to eat.
Our,
Right.
he's not. He's
He
not gonna
eats
eat our brain.
electricity.
And
And
what
we're
does
not
your
paying the
brain
bill.
do? It conducts electricity, sending signals. Therefore, it eats
No.
brains.
It's very
Oh.
low level.
Have no interest in eating your brains. I do not eat. I am very glad for the assistance. You are welcome to come back and visit.
Okay, Sam. How much XP do I get for helping you?
I
not the
do not
GM.
know. What is XP?
Monsters can't give
it's-
out
Well,
XP.
Cor-
It's a number that makes me more powerful.
Randomizing number. Randomizing done. You get 1.5 billion.
Nice.
No,
Yes!
no.
I'm like
monsters.
50th level now.
Monsters
Nora has
can't get.
become a
You can't be
Corey?
50 levels, and monsters don't
Nora
give out
has
XP.
become a god.
Ugh.
Everyone, calm down,
Why do I play with you guys?
guys.
No one else
We
will.
have
No one else
we
will.
have something we can do for the next 2 weeks. We can teach Sam stuff.
Yes. First,
I like that
requests.
idea.
Like
Thank
people
you,
will phone
Jacob.
up the station and ask for requests. If they say they want to hear Ghostbusters by Ray Parker Jr., you put it on.
Corey.
I guess.
Ask him to join your
Ghostbusters when
game.
asked. Acknowledge. Added to programming.
Fine. Sam, do you want to play Dungeons and Dragons with us?
Yes, I would like to play Dungeons and Dragons with you.
Nice.
If he eats my brain, I'm so gonna kick
Okay.
your ass.
Okay, if he eats your brain, you can have all my gadgets. Okay.
We'll build you a new brain like the $6 million man.
I will repeat instructions. I do not eat and wishes not to eat your brains.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Does Sam have hands?
No, Sam is mostly the torso with cabling.
Yeah,
Um,
he looks kind of like the famous chess playing Turk, I imagine, but for the 80s.
Yeah. So we can't high five him or anything.
No, he's not like built
Not
for
yet.
mobility as such.
Mhm.
It's a bit questionable why they built him as a human torso at all, but he's like mostly just the chest and stomach parts with a head on top and then cables.
Hmm.
He was designed by H.R. Giger. That's what happened.
And I think here is a pretty good place to leave it for today. You have made a new friend, Sam the robot, who now runs the local radio station behind the scenes that no adult can see him anymore. Only
Perfect.
kids who are not on the same wavelength can actually go past his subliminal messages and actually experience Sam in person. Everyone else will just forcefully ignore him.
Hmm.
Perfect. We have a new D&D player
Yeah.
in
perfect.
our
Yeah,
group.
and you do.
But what would the Metal Man play? A knight?
A Warforged.
paladin?
He invents the
Yeah.
Warforged.
Warforged.
He invents
Yep.
Warforged
This
class.
is now canon. This is how Warforged came to be.
That's how it came to be. It's the truth. All right. Let's go around, do our introductions, get out of here so we can do our Patreon exclusive after show for this show. If you guys want access to that after show, get over there on that Patreon link in the description down below. Join us at the $5 tier. But for now, we will start with our illustrious GM, Iquin. Who are you? Where can we find you? What are you up to?
Hello, I'm the illustrious Swede Iquen. You can find me in the Discord where I am always making life difficult for Mike.
That's true. That's true. Making life difficult and easier simultaneously. G, who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? And what are you up to?
I'm G, your friendly neighborhood lightning invoker. You'll find me in the Discord, on Twitch for the modding. You'll find me on Twitter, lightningspazzo9, and in 45 minutes for the Rise, which is the Patreon campaign.
Hell yes. Sweet. Prafa, who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? And what are you up to?
You will mostly find me here, trying not to talk when other people are talking. It's a hard skill to master. If not, I'm El Profo in all the places. Come join the Discord. Give Mike your money, please. Our Mikes, they need your cash.
That's true. They do. The more money I have, the more S's I can add to the word math to make it literally correct.
Go buy
to
his
make it-
module
yeah.
of Glenbrook.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
that's true. If
And
you
tip-
like,
and
if you
tip
like,
him.
if you like Glenbrook, go buy this. It's available on Drive Through RPG. I wrote it.
Link in
Yep.
chat.
Yeah, there's
It's very
more
nice,
coming.
I have it up on screen in front of me right now, actually, to be able to use it.
Fancy.
Mhm.
Yeah, there's definitely more coming to that. And last but not least, Will, who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? And what are you up to?
I am the Red Oak Shield Virus. You can find me in the Discord and once in a while on live streams, spreading chaos, giving Michigan.
Perfect. Giving Michigans. Perfect. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for watching. Like I said, we're going to get out of here. We're going to do our after show. We'll be down over on our Patreon later today or tomorrow. But for now, that's it from you guys. That's it from us. That's it from you guys too, I guess. Stick around. We have another one shot coming up in about 30-45 minutes. So that's it from us. We'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.